Tesla Giga Texas may be completing construction of additional production line. Tesla Giga Texas continues to develop its operations and increase its capacity, which is now topping off at up to 5,000 of the Model Y vehicles per week. This equates to a potential reach of 250,000 cars per year from this location on its own. During the factory announcement, Elon Musk stated that the facility will produce the long-anticipated Cybertruck, Semi, Model Y and Model 3. While the Cybertruck production line has been fully set up, it seems an additional 2 production lines are being put together at the site. The other line is most likely being constructed in order to build the Model 3. Currently, only the Fremont factory is constructing the Model 3s for the U.S. market. However, the demand has shot up recently due to the full IRA tax credit allowing people to purchase the car for less than $30,000 in certain states, some even being able to get it for as little as $20,000. In order to keep up with this boost in demand, it makes sense for Tesla to produce another batch of Model 3s at Giga Texas, and the line is now being readied. Tesla Giga Texas continues to expand its capacity and expand its offerings for production. Its current output is reaching as high as 5,000 Model Y vehicles weekly, which translates to a potential of 250,000 cars per annum from this particular factory. During its official announcement, Elon Musk mentioned that the production from this location will include the Model 3, Model Y, Cybertruck and Semi. We already know that the Cybertruck line has been set up at the Giga Texas plant, but it appears that the company is also constructing 2 additional production lines. The other line is very likely being made for the Model 3. Presently, the Fremont factory is the sole manufacturer of Model 3s for the U.S. market. However, demand for the car has been rampant now that the full IRA tax credit has become available, meaning it could be purchased for less than $30,000 in some states and hitting as low as $20,000. This rise in demand has caused the need for Tesla to increase its production. Hence, the additional assembly line at Giga Texas for Model 3 nearing completion. Source: reposted and summarized from Eva Fox at Tasmanian. GM Supercharger deal pushes Wedbush price target on Tesla upward. Tesla and General Motors partnership that will see the Detroit-based automaker use 12,000 Supercharger locations in North America and eventually adopt the North American Charging Standard NACS connector has spurred Wedbush to raise its price target on Tesla stock on Friday, as noted by analysts from the firm. This follows Ford's similar deal with Tesla several weeks ago. Further boosting Tesla stock prices, the firm recently confirmed their entire Model 3 lineup will qualify for the full $7,500 tax credit. Additionally, the deal with GM is exposing what analysts term a large monetization opportunity for the company, through the opening of the Supercharger network to rivals that could bring in an additional $3 billion of services revenue for the automaker. Dan Ives of Wedbush wrote in a note to investors that the sum of parts story for Tesla is coming into play with its Supercharger network, energy business, AI-driven autonomous path, unmatched battery ecosystem, and increased scale, with GM the second major American automaker to jump on board and gain access to the network domestically. The agreement helps to realize Tesla's goal of accelerating the transition to sustainable energy. All the while, Ives reiterates the firm's stance that the company will reach its 1.8 million unit delivery bogey for the year. Source: reposted and summarized from Joey Klender at Teslarati. Tesla Model Y leaves its rivals in the dust in China's premium EV segment. Tesla's total sales in China may be lower than BYD's raw number of new energy vehicles (NEV). Yet its Model Y crossover is still remaining a formidable force in the country's premium electric car arena. This was particularly true with regard to China's premium NA versus trade in May, where the Model Y was the premier selling electric auto in the RMB 200,000 to RMB 300,000 range. Last month, the Model Y sold 31,054 units, greater than double the number sold by its closest competitor, the BYD Tang DM, with 11,866 units. Consequently, the Tesla Model 3, a stablemate of the Model Y, witnessed sales of 11,454 units in that same month. In total, Tesla's retail sales in China in May totaled 42,508 units, based on numbers posted by China Passenger Car Association (CPCA), resulting in a 7.3% share in the NEV market. That indicated an impressive periodic rise of 6.39% from the 39,956 units sold in April, and a 332.65% surge from the 9,825 units sold in May 2022. Not to be discounted, BYD's NA versus sales for the same period stretched to 220,735 units, totaling in a 38.1% market share, placing the car manufacturer as the highest-selling brand in China. In the long run, the strength of the Tesla Model Y last month demonstrated that Tesla remains a leading name in the purely electric vehicle sector in China. This was something CEO Elon Musk had pointed out during a visit to Gigafactory Shanghai, lauding the mettle of cars produced in the said facility as being the finest in the world. Source: reposted and summarized from Simon Alvarez at Teslarati. Tesla's NACS connector added to AB e-mobility charging products. Tesla announced Friday that Italian provider AB e-mobility will be adding the North American charging standard NACS connector as an option to their products. AB has been in the EV field for over 13 years, providing quality EV charging solutions, and have sold over 1 million electric vehicle chargers in over 85 markets, over 50,000 DC fast chargers, and over 1 million AC chargers. The integration of the NACS to ABB's products further supports Tesla's success in their partnership with Ford and GM to aid in the world's transition to sustainable energy. Open standards and interoperability are fundamental elements of a robust and scalable e-mobility economy, rising to the challenge of meeting the needs of all EV drivers. This collaboration is considered to be a very important milestone as GM announced its adoption of the NACS connector for their vehicles this week, and Ford announcing a similar collaboration earlier in the month. The Tesla NACS connector will be added to AB e-mobility charging products. Friday's announcement of the integration of the NACS from Tesla further bolsters the achievements of the manufacturer in accelerating the world's transition to sustainable energy after their partnerships with Ford and GM. AB e-mobility has been a leader in the electromobility field for more than 13 years, providing quality EV charging solutions, and will look to continue their momentum by providing the North American charging standard as an option for their products, along with offering the industry's biggest installed base of DC fast chargers and a range of digital services. AB e-mobility has sold over 1 million EV chargers in over 85 markets, more than 50,000 DC fast chargers, and 1 million AC chargers. For the immense provider, the collaboration with Tesla is an important milestone in collaboration with the news of GM announcing its adoption of the NACS for their vehicles this week, with production of the connector beginning in 2025, as well as Ford's announcement of a similar collaboration earlier in the month. Open standards and interoperability are essential components of a robust and scalable e-mobility economy, helping to meet the demands of all EV drivers. AB E-Mobility looks to continue to prove their capabilities by leading with the integration of NACS. Source: reposted and summarized from Eva Fox at Tasmanian. Tesla Readies 4680 battery cell production in California. Tesla is planning to up its production of proprietary 4680 cells near its electric vehicle EV factory in Fremont, California. Recently, news of the automaker's lease of 210,000 square feet of manufacturing space from Prologis reached Business Times. It is expected that this space will be used to manufacture 4,680 cells. The company has been escalating the yield of these cells at a pilot plant near the Fremont factory since last year. Zachary Kirkhorn, the Tesla representative, affirmed that the production has tripled quarter over quarter and is planned to go beyond 1,000 cells per week by the third quarter of 2022. The originally targeted number was to reach 100 gigawatt-hours GWH. Still, with ambitions set, Tesla is aiming to expand the capacity and work its way to 1,000 gigawatt-hours annually. Tesla has ensured that the manufacture of 4,680 cells will not affect the production of 2,170 cells. The automaker is researching various shapes, sizes, and chemistries of battery cells, and relying on numerous partners to provide it with the necessary batteries. Source: reposted and summarized from Stephen Loveday at Inside EVS. Tesla shorts feel hurt as they lose $6 billion amid 11-day rally. Tesla short sellers have experienced a considerable loss of $6 billion. In a mark-to-market basis since the electric vehicle manufacturer began their winning run. S3 Partners, a financial data, analytics, and services business, revealed this. This development has not been good news for those which are taking a pessimistic view of the company. Short sellers lend shares with the intention that the value of the shares will go down. When this happens, they then acquire the stock at a cheaper price and return it to the lender in exchange for their difference in profits. This effect is amplified with the recent rally of Tesla, which has seen their stock go up by roughly 35% since the 24th of May, making it painful for short sellers. Ihor Dusanivsky, who is responsible for predictive analytics at S3, highlighted that Tesla has been the most shorted stock so far, with total sales of stocks bearing a value of $22.43 billion. In the face of their losses, short sellers turned a blind eye and proceeded to inflate their bets. Dusanivsky further made a statement which stated, short sellers were not convinced that the long buying price support would continue and a price retracement would be inevitable. Since the start of 2021, short sellers have upped their stakes by borrowing and shorting an additional 15.3 million Tesla shares, which are worth an estimated $3.6 billion. On top of this, over the past 30 days, short sales have increased by 1.3 million, with their total worth being tallied at $303 million. This is a 1.4% increment in the bearish bets that have been placed against the electric vehicle makers. The hike in Tesla's stock value is attributed to optimism regarding the introduction of their North American charging standard NACS. This has been adopted by the motor automaker leaders Ford and GM for their upcoming electric vehicles. There is also hope that the highly anticipated Project Highland update of the Tesla Model 3 will arrive soon. On last Friday, Tesla stocks closed 4.4% higher at $245.08, which marked their highest point since October. Source: reposted and summarized from Simon Alvarez at Teslarati.